What is up, guys? EvilDuosArm here today, and today I have for you a video where I'm going to be giving you some of the tips to speed level your character in Blade and Soul. So it's been literally a year and a half since I got my start making Blade and Soul videos, and what I used to do in those was full-on leveling guides where I would level every single quest and show you how to do every single quest. So yeah, once again, just continue along with questing. These two guys right here always drop the quest item that you need to get into here, so try to kill those two, complete the quest. So a lot has changed since then, absolute masterclass in video making, and I figure I'm long overdue for giving you an updated version of this guide. Quickly before we begin, however, if you are new to Blade and Soul, returning to Blade and Soul, like Blade and Soul videos, or like me, please strongly consider subscribing to the channel. Without further ado, let's get into it. So as I had mentioned earlier, a lot has changed in Blade and Soul since the days where you had to do every single side quest, or do all these crafting guild quests to get bonus experience, or run some side dungeons even to go ahead and get the experience you needed to hit the next level or the next region. Basically, they've changed it so that the story gives you every single EXP point you need to go ahead and get to max level first, and clear all of the zones. You're no longer locked to having to do side quests. Now that being said, there's a couple of side quests that give you really sizable amounts of experience for very little work to be done, or for killing mobs that you're already going to go ahead and kill. So there are a couple that you can go ahead and do. What I would recommend is once you get to a new little zone area, so for example in Bamboo Village right here you've got your 3 quests, or up here in Bamboo Lookout, go ahead and pick up all of the quests that are in the area, and then if you clear it, turn it in. If you don't, delete them from your inventory. Additionally, if you were to take all of the EXP you would get from completing every single side quest in Blade and Soul, it still would not be as much as you would get from doing about an hour of Celestial Basin farming for EXP charms. So every single side quest, all the hours you could put into the game to do all of these side quests, you simply put will not get the EXP back. It's not worth the time investment. So with all of that said, if you are just trying to reach max level as fast as possible to be able to run the dungeons and group up with parties, then side quests are not for you. If you are trying to have a little bit more of a casual leveling experience, pick up some side quests along the way. You'll get some bonus experience, you'll level a little bit faster, but in the end it won't make a huge difference. Now, 2 regions that I would recommend picking up the side quests and doing them are going to be in Gunwan City and Solak. So Gunwan City region, these quests reward solid amounts of experience starting from Faircloud into the Dasari Palace Gardens. Forgotten Forest, you're going to have to do a little bit too much work for how much they're worth, so I wouldn't recommend picking those up. But Coral Shoals as well is a solid EXP for the amount of time you have to invest. These quests give you good EXP, good money, they're really quick, you're killing mobs you're already killing anyway, so great little areas to pick up quests. Same thing with the Solak quests up in the Solak region for Act 8. However, these quests are more so between areas, not in actual areas that you're farming things. So they kind of give you something to do as you move from area to area. So also nice little EXP giving quests, gold giving quests. So yeah, 2 regions I would highly recommend picking up quests, but I'm not your dad, so do what you want. So basically, other than those comments on side quests, the majority of your leveling experience is going to be plugging through the story. If you want to watch me playing all of the story quests in front of you, go ahead and watch those super old videos, but just mute them because the audio quality is absolute garbage. But anyway, I think you're smart enough to figure out how to do every single story quest and just follow the little yellow marker. Pretty simple. So what we're going to do for the rest of the video is look at different tips that you can do to increase the speed at which you level. And the first tip I want to share is the transfer of your gems. So this only applies to a select group of the player base, ones that already have gems that they can mail over to characters and kind of expedite the leveling process. And in truth, most people already know about this, but I have to touch on it, otherwise someone in the comments section will say, "Oh, but you didn't say that we have to transfer our gems to go faster." So, I said it. So what you can do is head over to the merchant over here, go ahead and open up the mail, click on your gem, transfer it into the mail, type in the recipient's name, and you go ahead and send the gems to the character. So yeah, super easy way to boost your character stats. The 3 gems that I would recommend sending over are going to be the Diamond, the Aquamarine, and the Amethyst. The Diamond and Aquamarine because they give you the highest AP bonus, and the Amethyst for the life regen along with the Aquamarine. Basically, you won't die at all while leveling, you can just keep plugging, don't have to stop to drink health potions, you can just fight your entire way through the entire story. The reason we're only sending 3 is because any weapon you get from playing through the story, you're just going to use whatever gear you get from the story. Don't go out of your way to farm anything, just use the gear you get from the story. The most slots any one of those weapons will have is 3 slots, so you can put those 3 gems in at any time. In order of preference, you're going to want to go with Diamond, Aquamarine, and then Amethyst. So if it only has 2 slots, Diamond, Aquamarine. If it only has 1 slot, Diamond. The AP bonus is better than any of the other bonuses. Now the reason we've come to Oakshade Village is so I can get the next 2 out of the way. The first one I want to talk about, and I talked about this in one of my lesser known tips or things for new players video, is that you can actually go ahead and switch channels to refresh your sprint bar. So I've gone ahead for a little bit of a run around Oakshade Village, and as you can see my stamina bar is depleting quite a bit right now. As soon as it hits 0, I can go ahead and switch channels and refresh the bar. So there we go, we hit 0. Stop moving, go ahead and switch to channel 2 up in the top corner. Change channel. Stamina bar is fully refreshed. I can continue to sprint. So this is going to expedite your leveling tremendously as you go from region to region. You'll be able to sprint a full bar of stamina, go ahead, recharge your bar, and continue to sprint. Note that there is a cooldown on switching channels, so if you go ahead and hit switch channel, it'll give you a message in your bottom corner and it'll say that you can't switch for another 3 minutes. So you have to wait 3 minutes between switching channels, so make sure you use this intelligently. Like if you have to do a long run or go from one point to one other point, switch the channel, save the time, and increase your sprint bar. The other reason we're here is for mobility as well, and that is going to be Winched Riding. So after you complete a quest here in the Cinderlands and several other quests in different areas, you're going to be given a Winched Ride point. So this Winched Ride point is going to allow you to go to an entirely new area without having to walk there. This is a new addition, or a relatively recent addition to Blade & Soul. So if you haven't played Blade & Soul in a while, you'll probably say, well, Winched Riding's always been in the game, Levi, why are you talking like an idiot? Winched Riding has always been in the game, but them giving you a point you need to go to without you having to actually visit it is completely new. If it ever pops up saying Winched Ride point unlocked, and you haven't actually gone anywhere to unlock it, like you just turned in a quest and said new Winched Ride point unlocked, make sure you go to that Winched Ride point because that's where you need to go. So the first example I can think of is actually in the Cinderlands, and it's going to be right here after you complete a quest in this region over here of Toman Range. You're going to get a Winched Ride point that will take you to the Sandstorm Refuge. This is typically a 1.5-minute walk of switching between channels and running and sprinting, and they take it completely out of the game by giving you that Winched Ride point, which is fantastic. So make sure you go ahead and take advantage of that. There's several other points in the story as well that are going to give you the Winched Ride point. Another big one that I can think of is actually in Moonwater Plains. After completing the quest line in the Lycandi Foothills, they'll actually give you the Winched Ride point to the next area, which is again another 2-minute walk. So it saves you a lot of time by taking advantage of these Winched Ride points, so make sure you take advantage of them. Likewise, always make sure you're Winched Riding between quests. So back in the Cinderlands, there will be series where you're going to have to go between Yahara's Mirage and different areas in this area. So Winched Riding to that point and then Winched Riding back to Yahara's Mirage will save you a lot of time. It'll save you a lot of walking through the Cinderlands, which is just sand and it's pretty boring. So the next tip I want to share with you is going to be party up for bosses like this. So this Dusk Rider Captain is a quest boss that everybody needs to kill to progress further in the story. You need to kill this dude. Whoever hits him first is the one that gets credit for this boss kill, unless you're in a party. So with a new warden coming out in the next couple of days, there's going to be an influx of players, and there's going to be a lot of people that need to be killing this boss. Always try to form up a party whenever possible to kill these bosses. If you're in a party of 6, as long as one of your person in the party gets the first hit, the entire party gets credit for it. It speeds up the rate at which everybody can move through it, and will make your life a whole lot easier going through the story. There's a lot of these different bosses in the game, so if you ever see like a choke point where there's a lot of people standing around waiting to kill a mob, try and form a party, send party invites. To send a party invite, you press escape, and then the players' names that are in front of you will pop up. You'll click a little drop-down menu, invite to party. This will really, really help your leveling times. I really, really want to share that one. And the final one that I want to share with you is going to be go ahead and do the Winched Riding quest. So the very first Winched Riding quest that you're going to get are going to be in Jadestone Village. It's going to be from this dude right here. He's going to give you a purple quest line that's going to send you on a whole bunch of different adventures with Old Man Cho. And every time you complete one of those adventures, you're going to get a new skill for your character, a new like passive skill. So some of them are like jumping over walls or running up walls or things like that. But the big ones we're looking for as far as speed leveling is concerned is going to be your sprint bar. So several times throughout the story, you're going to get a quest where he's going to tell you, hey, go get me an item. You'll go ahead and bring him the item. It'll increase your stamina bar by a solid amount. That increase in your stamina bar means you can sprint more. In turn, with the switching of channels, you can go ahead and get through areas even faster and faster still. So yeah, definitely want to make sure you do these quests. Additionally, they give you a solid amount of EXP and money, so no point in not doing them. So yeah. Anyway guys, those are my tips for speed leveling, how to get through the story as fast as possible. Once again, just to recap, side quests are kind of garbage unless you're looking for the late game ones where you're basically already at the max level and just looking to get some more EXP. So the Soul Like and Gunwin ones, those are okay to do, but for the most part the other ones not really worth your time. Make sure to do your Winched Riding quests, make sure you Winched Ride between regions, make sure to use your stamina bar and reset it by using your switching of channels, and make sure to group up for different mob or boss hunting quests that are story limited, that are basically a choke point in the game that you can't get through any further without grouping up. As always, if you did like the video, make sure to subscribe so you stay updated on all the different videos when they come out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at the next video. Peace.